our system is stronger and more stable than it was just a few weeks ago. Although a lot has been accomplished, we have many challenges ahead of us. We will focus on the goals outlined by Secretary Paulson and develop the right strategies to meet those objectives. Foremost among these will be to ensure that the financial system has sufficient capital to get credit flowing to businesses and consumers.
All right, that was the interim Assistant Treasury Secretary Neil Kashari testifying today before a subcommittee of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. The hearing is to determine whether the bailout funds are being used as intended and being used appropriately. Well, the Congressman Dennis Kucinich, the subcommittee chairman, joins us now live from Capitol Hill. Sir, thank you for being with us. What were you hoping to hear from Mr. Kashari today, and did you hear it?
Well, I didn't hear it. What I was hoping to hear is that the administration, through Secretary Paulson, is going to do something about modifying the loans for millions of Americans who are facing foreclosure. I mean, by essentially what Secretary Paulson did the other day was to say, well, we're going to give the money to banks, and maybe the banks will help millions of homeowners, instead of engaging in a controlling interest in mortgage-backed securities and enabling loan modification, which you lower interest rates and principal and stretch out the terms of the loan, keeping people in their home. They've done something else. This is a dangerous moment for our country. Banks are hoarding the capital. They're using it to buy other banks, and there's a squeeze on credit. Our auto industry is in trouble because of it. Our steel industry is in trouble because of it, and also millions of homeowners are in trouble because of it. What's going on here? I mean, the American people are really getting hurt with these economic policies.
Do you not think, sir, Mr. Paulson is just doesn't know what he's doing, if you will? Is he making bad decisions? Or is he being influenced by some outside forces? I mean, what do you think it is? Do you not think he's just making the best decision he can make?
There's enormous financial tides that are at work here. And finance capital, the control by big banks, is getting stronger and stronger. And they're using their control to essentially crush home ownership in America and to crush industrial capital and to crush auto plants and steel plants in this country. Our country's national security is at risk here. This is a major economic matter that isn't being appropriately addressed by the Bush administration and by his Treasury Secretary. Congress was sold a phony bill of goods. There was a bait and switch here. We were told that this was going to help people stay in their homes. Now, I had skepticism about it. I voted against it. But members who voted for the Troubled Asset Relief Program, voted for the $700 billion, they were expecting something would be done to help people stay in their homes. Well, that's not true now. Now you got money for bank consolidation, money for parties and for bonuses. What's going on in America?
Well, Congressman, what can be done at this point? Because many, like you said, you didn't vote for it, but many others did and gave this power to Henry Paulson to essentially do what he wants to do with it. What can be done at this point?
Well, Congress is coming back into session next week. Well, hopefully we'll come into session. We're coming to Congress to Washington next week. We should take this up again. We should have tightened restrictions with an amendment on the Troubled Asset Relief Program. There's $350 billion that haven't been given away yet. We have to put more emphasis on making sure that homes are protected. And also we have to look at the effect of this credit freeze. There is a game going on here. It's almost like a level of racketeering on a scale that we've never seen in the history of this country. Capital's being hoarded. The money that's needed to keep our economy going isn't. This country's being crushed, and our new president is going to be put at grave jeopardy because he's not going to have the ability to control the economy if we turn all the controls over to banks. Government has to step in here in an aggressive way to protect home ownership and our basic industries, and also to protect regional banks, which are like National City in Cleveland, just gobbled up with the help of the Treasury Department.
All right. Well, Congressman Kucinich, we appreciate you coming over from that hearing and getting in front of the camera here. Wish we could take some more time to talk to you. Big issues, big problems, big questions yet to be answered. But, sir, thank you for your time today.
Let's talk again. Thank you.
All right. Well, milestone day.
If this were a dictatorship, it'd be a heck of a lot easier. Just so long as I'm the dictator.